Welcome to Kaleidoscope S4IG. Let's talk. It is known as the most epic ultra-endurance race in the Indian Ocean. Race the Pearl is in its 5th edition and had over 50 cyclists riding 600 kilometers from the northernmost tip of Sri Lanka, that's Point Pedro, to the southernmost tip, Dondra Head, in just 24 hours. While UK's Toby Reid and Frenchman Fabrice Linon were well within the 24 hours, Pippa Langan's timing was a very close third at 24 hours and 8 minutes. But she set a course record for female riders and won a special award too. She's currently on a quest of cycling around the world. Pippa joined me on Kaleidoscope S4IG Let's Talk, and she told me a little bit about what it felt like to be riding around or from the top to the bottom of Sri Lanka. So Pippa, congratulations, you came third in that epic Race the Pearl. What was it like having flown in from Europe, got on a bike, riding 600 kilometers in 24 hours?
Well, I didn't consider the time, I considered the distance. I was like, 600 kilometers, I know I can do it. I've ridden that before over a period of time, but just never timed to 24 hours. And it wasn't until like halfway through that I was like, oh yeah, I can actually do this. And yeah, at times it got really hard. My legs hurt, my bum hurt, my feet hurt. My gear cable snapped quite late on in the race, leaving me with just 2 gears. But I got to the end and I did it. So I'm so happy.
So besides everything that you said, what was most challenging for you?
I'd say actually probably the terrain. If it was just you on a bike on a flat surface riding for 600 kilometers, I reckon you'd just do it, but actually sometimes when the road got hard and when the rain was pouring down, it was just like I could just stop, and I did find myself towards the end of the race being like, if my tire blew now, I can just give up. I've come far enough, I don't need to do any more. So yeah, terrain and probably mental, a bit mental challenges to get over.
Now you are just one of a few female riders in this race, and this race is gender equal. As a female rider, is there anything that we need to keep in mind? What sort of challenges did you have to overcome as a female rider?
Sometimes when people come close to you, I always feel as a female, I've had bad experiences on a bike before, that you're just not quite sure of who's behind you and what they're doing.
Your personal space.
Exactly, and so it was just a bit like only sometimes. But then having said that, like a woman came up and scootered really close to me for a long time, and that also made me feel uncomfortable, so I'm sure it was, yeah, I think it's probably going to be the same for guys.
Pippa, you're now in the middle of your cycling around the world tour. Where did you start and where will you be? What's your route like, and when and where will it end?
So yeah, I decided after cycling around Sri Lanka last December that it was the best, like just being outside and being on my bike and doing what I love was what I wanted to do. So I've decided to take a career break. I started from London on the 5th of October. I spent 25 days cycling from London to Istanbul through Europe, which was really cool. Then I flew here, and so this is my second leg of my 6th in Vietnam. I cycled down to Ho Chi Minh City, up through Cambodia to Bangkok in Thailand, then down to Malaysia and then Indonesia to Melbourne, where I will then fly to the south of New Zealand, cycle to the south of the South Island, New Zealand, cycle to the top of the North Island, and then fly to LA and cycle from LA to New York. And then I will be done, hopefully, on the 1st of June next year.
It's truly a great Christmas as we collaborate with some amazing partners. Skills for Inclusive Growth and Australian Aid, Selinco Life, CDP, The Morning Newspaper, Park Street Gourmet and Zip Zip. Thank you. If you like what we have for you on Kaleidoscope, subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn.